Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mombi. I am filming this video after a very long time of not filming. Life happens, you get jobs, you get really busy, and priorities need to shift. But I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to be filming again. And in light of what's happening in the world with this coronavirus, I just thought it's about time to get back and just share a few of the things that I'm thinking about that are helping me during this tough time. And yeah, I guess it's just a platform for us to share ideas here and there. And yeah, so this video will just be basically a rant, and I just feel so upset being Kenyan and having been born and raised in Kenya, but now living in the diaspora. I still follow the news. I still feel very attached to whatever is happening in Kenya because I do have family there, and anyway, it's my home, so I feel like everything that's happening there affects me indirectly. And the other day, watching the news of Kenyan police brutally beating people who didn't make the curfew in Mombasa, that was just heartbreaking. So heartbreaking. And I felt so powerless. I felt so angry. So I just didn't know what to do. I had a few conversations with my family. I've had a few conversations with my friends in the diaspora and in Kenya, just sharing what we think. And I could not help but realize the ignorance that a lot of people have in these tough times. So number one, the message is stay at home. I get that, I'm for it, but let's be real, home is not an option for a lot of people, not only in Kenya, but also in Australia. I mean, all over the world. Let's just be real. It's not an option for a lot of people. Why? Because one, if we're talking about Kenya, we're talking about a very big percentage of people who live hand to mouth. Okay, you live hand to mouth. You rely on businesses that need you to show up every day to feed yourself and your family. So as much as the message is stay at home in Kenya, that percentage of people who live hand to mouth and rely on daily wages do not have that choice. And people need to realize the point of privilege they're speaking from, especially people online who are saying, oh, watu endelee kunyoroshwa ndio watasikia, Wakenya wasikiangi, ni vichwa ngumu, they'll still break the law. I get there's that quarter of people who don't listen, and for whatever reasons they always want to be on the wrong side of the law. But hey, there are a lot of people who genuinely could not make the curfew because one, their employers did not release them on time. Two, if you have one ferry that's transporting people from one end to another, thousands and thousands of people, and then you give them a curfew, did the government really think this through before that directive was set out? To me, I don't think they did. You cannot justify beating people. That is just unacceptable. What did that achieve? The same rungus were being used on everyone. We're talking about washing our hands, observing hand hygiene. Yet the same police were supposed to protect us, and the same police who are beating people. How does that work? Umechapa moja, umechapa mwingine. Ukichapa mama mboga, kesho utanunua wapi mboga zako? Why? That was unnecessary. That was wrong. That was brutal. It was barbaric. It was just so callous, so disgusting to watch. That was wrong. And for all of you who support corporal punishment to grown-ass men and women who are trying to fend for their families. Shame on you. Shame on you for spreading negative vibes online. Shame on you for supporting such things. Just shame, shame, shame. Most of you who are supporting people to be beaten for not observing a curfew are living in homes that you can afford. Your fridges are stocked up with food. You have no worries. You have savings for God knows till when. But why would you think that everyone has that same advantage? I mean, why has it gotten to a place where people have become so comfortable with what they have that they forget that the same people they live with, the same people they're supposed to be taking care of, are struggling in ways that we cannot imagine. I think that as long as there's no financial relief for Kenyans in Kenya, especially for those in informal settings, informal sectors, I don't know. Because hey, you cannot tell someone relying on daily wages to choose between starving in their houses, starving, looking at their children starving and crying, and going out there dying hard trying. Which one would you rather? If you are asked to choose, what do you choose? How do you choose to die? Dying from a virus or dying of hunger? You tell me. You can't choose. You simply can't. And you can't judge someone who's out there trying to feed their families for making that choice. So shame on the government for setting out a directive that was not thought through all the way, and shame on all of you who think that this was the right thing to do. It wasn't. It cannot be justified. I do not have the answers to everyone's problems. It's affecting everyone, if we're being honest, but it is wrong to support barbaric actions. That is just wrong. So yeah, you tell me what you think. Tell me what you thought of the whole curfew reaction from people. Were you in support of it? Were you not in support of it? Let's respectfully share our opinions, but let's look out for each other. This is affecting the whole world, but what can you do as a human being to help your neighbor? Let's talk. Thanks for coming to my channel. Thanks for watching. I do appreciate it. Spread love. Bye.